has a talent, but it's even greater and better if your talent can be used for good or even to get a scholarship to study overseas. With me, two guests who over the past weekend took part in something that was amazing. A dozen young scholars literally dazzled their way in high stakes for a contest to win an international scholarship, and not just any, the SAMRO Foundation's lucrative scholarship to study music overseas. Now, next to me, we've got our young pianist and a jazz pianist, Bokani Dyer, who's second time lucky, I have to say, and this time a winning moment for you. Yeah. And then also our runner-up, Nicholas Williams, joining us on the show. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
Now, I have to say, a stiff competition, 12 pianists, 2 categories. You are in the jazz and popular music category. You're a runner-up. Yeah. What does it feel like to be amongst all those musicians and to actually get a scholarship?
Yeah, it's cool. It's really exciting. It's challenging. You realize your strengths, your weaknesses, and yeah, I had a lot of fun. Yeah.
Bokani, speaking of fun, this is the second time that you're taking part in the competition. The last time you were in his position, you were the runner-up. This time round, you're the winner. This is your moment. What do you want to say about your win?
It was a grueling experience, and yeah, it's a very tough thing to be in a competition setup because you're up against very talented people, and I think in some ways it brings out the best, but in terms of music, it doesn't. It's not a natural environment for music to occur.
I was going to say that because you're playing in front of judges. It must be really hard to do.
Yeah.
I'm told that you play for 25 minutes at a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So you prepare. Okay, but speaking of which, they're going to be performing for us this morning as well on Expresso, so that we can get their feel-good vibes. Literally, I want to talk about the actual scholarship. What did you win?
I won, the first prize is 170,000 Rand.
Not too shabby. So you can go and study overseas?
Yes, the idea is that you further yourself musically, so you can choose what institution you'd like to study with abroad.
Okay, and for you, how much money, I mean, I'm going to ask.
In total, I won, I think, 50-something thousand.
What can that get you in terms of scholarship?
Yeah, in terms of scholarship, you could go and study with one of your heroes, you know, people you've always wanted to study with, where you would never get that opportunity.
Okay.
So that's what I'm planning on doing.
I look at our 2 performers and I'm so encouraged because the SAMRO Overseas Scholarships, it looks like they do it every year to deserving candidates, and they've been doing it since 1962. I have to also say, excited to say that every year they award it to someone else. So in 2013, the competition that they took part in, it's for keyboardists, so people who play piano, and they'll be playing for us later on the show as well. 2014, they focus on composers, and so on it goes as the years go by. Look, you young people, you're 27, you are playing music. What encouraged you to get to this point? I know, Bokani, your father is a musician himself. What brought you to this point where you can say, you know what, I'm doing postgrad, I'm going to do a scholarship, I'm going to go overseas and play music?
Well, it's the competition allows you to go live in a different place, and in terms of jazz music, there is a lot happening abroad. So just the opportunity to be in that environment is what was the motivation for me. Not necessarily to go back to school and study again as a student, but just to be in that environment with the musicians living there, and just feel that vibe. I think that was the motivation for me.
Well, we're going to keep your vibe here, literally, and you're going to perform for us, literally, after the break. I say this, of course, because I'm so encouraged. Bokani, next to me, you've finished your degree. You're going to do your master's, so it's a postgrad.
Yes.
Okay, but you haven't studied this level, but you still won a scholarship, which is
awesome. Well, basically, yeah, I studied music. I didn't complete, but like for me, I can use it for private tuition with whoever I want.
Well, you're going to use it as a private performance for us on Expresso. After the break, we're making sure that Nicholas is the first up to perform for us. He was our runner-up. Stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. We'll make music after this.